Hey, what's up, you guys? Hey, YouTube. Today we are going to be talking about self-actualization, and it is cold as ball sacks in here. So, but it's still fresh air. I like to be in the fresh air. I just got done with my walk. What is self-actualization? Last video we talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and we got all the way up to self-actualization, and I didn't go through it. And that's probably because self-actualization is the hardest concept to understand, and I feel like even psychologists disagree with what self-actualization is. Okay. In order to understand what self-actualization is, let's actually go to the word itself. Self, meaning you yourself. And what does actualization mean? It means to realize or to become. You see what I'm saying? So if we're putting it in words, to realize yourself or to become yourself. You see what I'm saying? And I know that's kind of a hard concept. Be like, oh, well, I'm already myself. I can't not be myself. I don't know how to be someone else other than myself. And so that's cool. But it's a different concept. It's a deep dive into understanding who you are on a psychological level, on a biological level, on a spiritual level. Okay? So let's figure out who you are, you see what I'm saying? And let's figure out who you're not. You know, one thing is a misconception is you aren't your body. And so we're not getting metaphysical here. No, this is straight up facts. Think about this. Your body changes. Every cell in your body actually changes every 7 years. Old side cells die, and new side cells come up again. This is actually a philosophy question. If you replace every cell in your body, are you still the same person? And then the answer to that is yes. And it's like, oh, well, why, John? Why would you say that? It's because you're the same person. Like me, 28-year-old John, is the same person as 18-year-old John. Now, I may not choose to do the same things. I may not think the same way, but I see myself as this person. There's one person that's linear throughout the course of my life. I don't see myself as a whole bunch of different people. Now, a lot of people do say, well, that was a different me back then and stuff like that. That's because of learned consequences, you see what I'm saying, or learned experiences, or adding new things to the variable of your life, and therefore you make changes to your life. Not necessarily you are a different person, as in like, I'm John Marsh, but then past me was Joe Biden. That doesn't make any sense. Like, so understanding like who you are as a person is very key. And that's what I said. You aren't your body. Okay. I'm not my muscles. You see what I'm saying? I'm not my black skin. I'm not my hair. I'm not my feet. You see what I'm saying? I'm something different from that. If I didn't have black skin, I would still be John. Right. I can imagine a world where I didn't actually go to the gym and pump weight. You see what I'm saying? So I was still really skinny and small. I can imagine that world, and I would still be me in that world. You see what I'm saying? If you ever seen a movie like Freaky Friday, you see what I'm saying? Imagine the movie Freaky Friday. Lindsay Lohan. You see what I'm saying? She switched bodies with her mom, right? Okay. When she switched bodies with her mom, she had her mom's brain, she had her mom's body, she had all the things that you would usually consider to be that person. But she was still Lindsay Lohan. It wasn't like when she switched bodies with her mom, she became her mom. She didn't become her mom, she was in her mom's body and her mom's mind. Okay, so it's obvious that we have a concept of you aren't your body. You see what I'm saying? You're a separate entity from your body. Your body is something that you have. It's an attachment to you. Like, just like I'm not my car or my house or the clothes that I wear. I'm something different than that. Okay? Now, obviously your body has more drastic implications on your life than, say, your clothes or your car, stuff like that. Like, you can change your clothes drastically, you can change your car drastically. Some people could say you could change your body drastically, but up to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't make my body grow to 6'6". I could, if I could, I would. So I can't become white. Like, that's just not happening. I can't grow wings. Like, dude, if I could grow these wings, bro, and I could start flying, you already know that would have been happening. Okay, so you aren't your body, you aren't your clothes, you aren't your things. So who are you? That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? When you start to get down into it, it's like, well, am I my past? And then a lot of people say, no, I'm not my past. Am I my future? It's like, no, I'm not my future. I'm something else. Because why? The past could have been changed. Like, unless you believe in destiny, unless you believe that everything is always like written down and predeterministic things, then you aren't your past, because you make choices, and you could have made different choices, and your past could have been different. Therefore, you would have been different. I.e., you are something. You are interchangeable. I mean, which I guess is kind of true. You are kind of interchangeable, but I don't believe that you as an entity are a parallel universe. Like, you are as an entity are you yourself. Like, the choices you made for the reason. If you were in that same state and same mind, you probably would have made the same choices. Bam. Okay. So your past can't be changed, but it once was your future, which can be changed. And it once was your present, which can obviously be changed, because you can change things. Okay. You aren't your future, because your future is not something that you can necessarily control. If, let's say, my future is to get murdered in a home invasion, that's not really something I can control. That's outside of my control. I can control aspects of my future, you see what I'm saying, but I can't control everything about my future. And I can't control everything about my past. Like, I can't control where I was born, who my parents were. Like, duh. Alright, so, being you, what you are, seems to be things that you can control. You know what I'm saying? And that's very different than sentient versus non-sentient beings. We are sentient beings, which with free will. So, who are you? Well, I believe, and thought a long thing about that. Start removing things of what I'm not, and I'm not my accolades. I'm not like my championships. I'm not my awards. I'm not even my failures. You see what I'm saying? Like, I am not my failure. Right, there you go. I am not my success. There you go. I have successes. I have failures. I am not my hopes and my dreams. You see what I'm saying? I am not my regrets. You see what I'm saying? I am something other than these things. Right? The me that I see myself in the mirror may not match the me that I see myself in my mind. Okay. So, who am I? It's a good question. Well, in order to get to that, the answer to that question, I am the choices that I make. I am my integrity. I am my character. I am my will. I am my drive. I am the things that I get to control, get to grow, and get to nourish. Not the things that are actually controlled by outside mediums. Like, you can, whatever situation you're put in, you get to determine what your values are. You get to determine how much integrity that you have. You get to determine your character. You get to determine what you pursue and what you don't pursue. You get to you're not even like your likes and your dislikes. Because, like, I don't determine that I like sugar. You see what I'm saying? That has been determined for me. I can play a part in changing that. That's true. But that is like custom stock, bro. Like, it's like custom. It came with the car. You see what I'm saying? And I can change those things about me, but it's not who I am. When I start to think about who I am the choices I make. Right. That's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to say. Like, you are the choices that you make. You're the person that gets to make the choice. That's who you are. You aren't the good or the bad. So there's a little demon on the side. So, like, if you ever watch a cartoon, you always know that there's a character that will come to a choice, right? A choice, a moral choice. They'll have a little demon on this shoulder, a little angel on this shoulder, okay? And usually, the angel and the demon resemble the actual character. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like the actual character with horns and like a little pitchfork. You know what I'm saying? Or the actual character with like a halo of wings. Right. Okay. But you can tell that these entities are different than the actual character. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this is the actual character. you see what I'm saying, that are talking to him. Like there are outside external things talking to this character, and the character is the one that gets to make the choice. You see what I'm saying? So the outside angel and the outside demon aren't actually who the character is. They are a part of the character. They are attachments to the character, but they're not the actual character. The character is the one that gets to make the choice, and that's who you are. You are the one that gets to make the choice. Okay. So realizing that is very important, because if you are relying on, because like the goal of this thing is to teach you how to be happy. If you're relying on outside things to make you happy, it's not gonna work. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't know who you are, you see what I'm saying, that's not gonna work. I say that because you aren't your feelings. Like feelings happen to you. You see what I'm saying? You aren't the actual feeling. You are not anger. And your feelings change like from day to day drastically. It's like, you know, like happiness is a state of being and not necessarily a feeling. Joy is the feeling, the emotion that usually comes with happiness. You see what I'm saying? But people confuse the two. Like, you know, they will say, I am angry, not I'm feeling angry. Very different. You see what I'm saying? If your car started to overheating, you're not gonna say, my car, you see what I'm saying? My car is the process of overheating. Like it is overheating. It's not a car anymore, it's overheating. That's what it's called. So when I get inside of it, I don't call it I'm getting in my car, I call it I'm getting into overheating. And that's a lot of times like I know that's probably not the best analogy, but a lot of times that's how we view life. Like we would say like, not I'm feeling sad, I am sad. Like you are the personification of sadness. Like Jesus. You are not the personification of sadness. You are feeling sad. And soon this shall pass. Right? Now you can take an emotion and take that emotion and muddle over it and meditate over it, and it becomes part of your personality and it becomes part of your lifestyle, to where it's almost hard to distinguish between you and the emotion. A lot of people do that. So if I muddle over something, if I only muddle over things that make me angry, I only watch things that make me angry, I talk to people that make me angry, I try to make myself angry. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, how do you try to make yourself angry? Like watching things and interacting with things that I know for a fact is gonna make me angry on purpose. And I don't try to contain my anger, I don't try to channel my anger, I don't try to control my anger, I just let it run loose. You see what I'm saying? Right. And well, then it's gonna be very hard for me to distinguish between myself and anger, because I've infused myself with anger. Now can this infusion be separated? Of course, yeah, it definitely can be. It definitely can be separated. So if you infuse yourself with anger, if you infuse yourself with sadness or depression or any other non-positive trait that you don't want to infuse yourself with, like, yeah, you can definitely separate. It's going to take hard work, and we'll talk about it another time, but it's very possible to do so. Okay? It's very important for you to understand that you want your feelings, because like today I felt like crap. Didn't feel super energized, didn't have like a lot of motivation. I'm sore because I just did Orange Theory yesterday. I'm always cranky in the mornings. You see what I'm saying? I was like, all right, this doesn't make any sense, because I ate well, I got a lot of good sleep. You know, I gave my body what it needed in order to like do well, and it gave me crap. It gave me crap today. But what I didn't do is internalize that to say that, this is who I am. Like, this is a problem. No, it's not a problem. This is just what my body's giving me today. You see what I'm saying? My body's like a car. You know, if you put in bad gas, like you don't eat right, you're not healthy, you don't sleep right, you know, you're not exercising, then yeah, your body's not gonna work right. But if you put in the good gas and good car and all that stuff, your body should work right? Okay? But today my body didn't decide to work right, even though I gave it the good stuff. it didn't give me the energy that I wanted. My body was hurting. I didn't have enough serotonin and dopamine and all that great stuff. But what I didn't confuse that is like, oh, I am sad. No, I'm not really sad because I don't have nothing to be sad about. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I'm having a bad day. I had a bad day. Taking one down. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to have bad days. Like, my day is getting tremendously better because I went on a walk and, I'm fasting too, so I'm hungry, and so my body doesn't like that, so it's fighting against me on that. But I'm not confused. Like, I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. I'm just not feeling too hot, dude. And that's okay. Like, you're gonna have bad days. Like, life is not this continuation of highs. Like, we in this culture, I say we in this culture, I'm talking about Western culture, we think of happiness as just high after high after high after high after high. And some people think about it as high, getting to that high state, and they're staying high the entire time. You see what I'm saying? Never going down and taking a dip. And that's not what happiness is. Happiness isn't determined by your highs, it's determined by your lows. And it's really the state that you feel. Like, what state are you in when you're in your lows? Those are the big questions. Not the state that you're in when you're in your highs, because when you're high, you're feeling joy, which is an emotion, okay, which is not actually you. That's just something that's happening to you. That is a drug that's happening in your brain that your brain is giving you. You see what I'm saying? So it's literally it's very similar to being like legitimately high on drugs. Our brain is made out of drugs, y'all. I'm just being honest. It's made out of drugs, dopamine, serotonin, and you can take street drugs to have your brain force feed you some of those drugs. But a lot of those drugs can happen naturally. A lot of people are like, I'm on my natural high. They're not joking when they're saying that. Legitimately, they are doing things naturally, healthily to get high. You know what I'm saying? Because your brain will get you high. It's not a joke. So you could definitely do that naturally. You can do it with street drugs. But the high isn't the goal. Like, the goal isn't just to be high all the time. I know some of you guys are like, yeah, but I want to be high all the time. No, stop that. Put your hands back down. The goal is to be able to manage your lows. So when you're feeling low, how low do you go, and what is your perception of your lows? You see what I'm saying? So when you're high, you can intensify your high. You see what I'm saying? When you're happy, you can accept that happiness and be like, yeah, and you can hype yourself all up and get yourself even more high. When you're low, you see what I'm saying? What do you do when you're in your lows? Do you accept the fact that you're feeling low? Say, this will pass. I'm going to deal with this for a little bit and then we'll just move on. I know for a fact it will pass. And in a couple of hours or a day or so, it's over. You see what I'm saying? Or do you meditate on your love? Oh, I'm feeling so crappy today. Or I'm so angry today. All these people, I hate all of them. They're just so annoying. I can't believe it. And then you just continue that for days on end, weeks on end, months on end, years on end. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They confuse that their low is who they are. Therefore they feel bad about it, which increases their low, or they just let their low run rampant, just like, I don't care, I'm just gonna let my emotions run free into the wind, okay? And then they don't manage it, and it takes over, right? And so you don't want either one of those, okay? You want to be able to manage your lows, all right? And that's part of being self-actualization. If you don't understand that you aren't your feelings, then you may give too much stock in them, meaning you may give too much attention to your feelings. You see what I'm saying? It's not about your feelings, it's what you choose to do. So I may feel angry, but I choose to love. Yeah, love is an action. Yeah, you've heard that. Bam. I may feel sad, but I choose to do things that make me happy. And watch this. So like in that situation, I may choose angry, but I choose to love. It doesn't mean that I'm not still feeling the feeling of anger while I'm choosing to do something that's loving. It has nothing to do with that. It's that I'm making the choice to do loving things. You say, well, isn't that disingenuous to do something that's outside of your feelings? Yeah, it is if you believe that you are your feelings. I don't believe that I am my feelings. Jesus Christ. If I thought that I was my feelings, whew, my life would be a mess, man. And like Jesus, like imagine that. I am my feelings. I feel like hurting you right now because I'm angry. What? So I'm just gonna hurt you? And that's what genuine, that's me? No, no. What I am is I am the person that even though I feel like hurting you, I decide not to hurt you. And instead, I decide to give you a hug. Come in, brother. Ooh, and that is what I like to be, and that's what I want to be, and that's what I choose to be. Therefore, self-realization. I realize who I am, and now I am becoming that person. Self-actualization. I love it. Now, same thing with sadness, same thing with depression, anything like that. A lot of people stay depressed. If you talk to a clinical psychologist, somebody that actually deals with people that are depressed, they will tell you, people come in depressed. They tell them how to get out of depression without medication. The depressed people don't do the things that they're supposed to do in order to get out of depression most of the time. They prescribe them the drugs. The drugs start to work. But the depressed people still do the things that they're not supposed to do, like that will make them be more depressed. You see what I'm saying? And then they stay depressed. Without your choice, like your choice makes a big difference in your life. It's not just things that are happening to you, but you can choose to stay in a bad state or a bad emotional state. And it is 100% like towards your actions. Like if you know, like, and that's why it's important to know who you are. I know I am cranky in the morning. I'm cranky in the morning. I'm cranky. I'm cranky in the morning. Woo! See, I'm starting to feel a little bit better because I'm starting to do things that make me feel better. Duh. All right, but if I'm cranky in the mornings, would I choose to have a serious topic with my wife about something I don't like that she's doing in the morning? No. Why? Because I'm cranky in the mornings. I'm cranky in the mornings. Woo! So, yeah, she's like, what are you doing? Because I'm cranky in the mornings, you see what I'm saying? I like wrap my day around me not being cranky in the mornings. Now, there doesn't seem to be any way that I can stop myself from being cranky in the mornings. I don't know why I'm cranky in the mornings. You see what I'm saying? I just wake up and I'm cranky. Just like, you may not know why your car is, not starting in when it's cold outside. It just don't start. What you gonna do about it, son? You just gotta deal with it. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you might have to jump in, okay? That's what's happening. So same thing here is this. I know if I don't get X amount of hours of sleep that I'm going to be a little bit slow, like I'm gonna be a little bit stupid, and I'm be irritable. You see what I'm saying? Definitely be irritable. And I'm not gonna make good decisions. I'm also gonna be stressed out, and I'm gonna eat bad things. So, if I don't want to live like that, I have to get the correct amount of sleep. Same thing with food. If I eat the wrong things, you see what I'm saying? If I'm not eating healthy, then I'm going to be lethargic. You see what I'm saying? Because that's just how my body's working. If I don't eat the right things, I'm going to be lethargic. I'm not going to have a lot of motivation. My dopamine's not going to be kicking in. So I choose what I eat. You see what I'm saying? So now, as you can see, like all these things are starting to change my life via my choices. And these things are starting to put my body in a state to where it's giving me the best stuff that I wanted to give me. You see what I'm saying? And it's helping me stay in my happy state. Right. Same things happens with, what I eat. Yeah. Exercise, all that great stuff. So all these things matter. All your choices matter. Even down to like what you wear. You see what I'm saying? If I know I feel confident when I wear X, Y, and Z. Now, I didn't choose to feel confident in wearing X, Y, and Z. It kind of chose me. And I want to feel confident, and I'm going to wear the things that I feel confident. Why? Because I know what makes me feel confident. I know what makes me feel happy. I know what makes me feel joy. I know what makes me feel content. You see what I'm saying? I know what makes me feel relaxed and de-stressed. I know what makes me feel anger. You see what I'm saying? You know, I'm the computer engineer of my body, and my body is the program. You see what I'm saying? So like, I'm pressing the buttons for it. It's like, okay, on June 5th, I want you to feel this way, John. Boom. On, you know, June 8th, I want you to feel this way. Boom, 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 boom. You know, and that control over your mind, control over your body is super important if you want to have long-lasting happiness. It's going to be very, very difficult for anybody to have long-lasting happiness if they can't control their mind and their body. So we talked about that self-actualization. That is it when it comes to self-actualization. Now, there's a lot more stuff that falls into play when you're talking about happiness and you're talking about sustaining levels of happiness. We haven't even talked about like people. We're just talking about yourself right now, and what roles people in your life play, and you know, whether or not it's possible to be happy with negative people in your life, whether or not it's possible to be happy with people with addiction, stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff. You know, everybody's a little toxic, you know, and so what do you do in that situation? You have people in your life that are toxic that you don't want to, you know, kick out of your life. You see what I'm saying? Who do you kick out of your life? Who don't you kick out of your life? Say there's a toxic person. But then again, you say, well, I want to get all the toxicity out of my life. Well, then you got to get everyone out of your life because everybody has a little toxicity in them. Bam. And then you're like, okay, so where's the line there? And it's like, I don't know. And it's like, it's here. And it's like, well, what if they're my child? It's like, good question, son. You see what I'm saying? Or what if I'm married to them? Or, you know, what if they're my sister? Or what if they're my dying aunt and I'm the only person that can protect them? It's like, oh, these are life questions. That's what they are. They're hard life questions. So we can talk about all that crazy stuff on the next video. We're going to get into it. Love you guys. Have a great day and have a lot of fun.